Welcome to 3D Amazon FBA. Today I'm going to talk about like reevaluating your goals. We just finished 6 months of 2020, and that's a really good time to go through and reevaluate where you are, so you can kind of strategize how you want to do the rest of the year. I think it's really actually better to do it every 3 months to see where you're at and to see what changes you can make to become more profitable. 2020 has been amazing for me. I've already made more money this year than I've ever made in any year of my entire life. And I've been in the workforce for over 20 years now. I got my first job in January 1998, and 2019 was the first year I ever broke $40,000 in income. Whenever I was married, combined we did much better. But as me individually, this year has been my most profitable year ever, even when I was a manager at Lowe's and stuff like that. The only thing I haven't really kept track of this year is damaged product that I've removed from Amazon and I threw away, claims. I haven't done my claims yet this year. It's so boring and tedious. I haven't done it. I do need to do it, but even with that, I'm still pretty close to made more money this year than ever before. I gambled on some things. Well, it wasn't so much a gamble. It was I went really deep on some things that I knew would make me money, and it really worked out well. Coming into the new year, I went extremely heavy on Christmas candy. The year prior, I dabbled in Christmas candy after Christmas, and it worked out well. I can't remember. I spent several $100s on clearance candy after Christmas, and it really worked out well for me, and it made me a whole lot of money. In 2019, at the end, I got back into tactical arbitrage, and I think, for Black Friday, they had a really good deal running, so I paid for a full year of tactical arbitrage on Black Friday. And, I was able to make money doing that. Plus, I wanted to lower my costs on shipping boxes. And I have actually decreased. Like, my sales are up a bunch from last year, but my the money I spent on boxes is about flat. I'm going to show you guys on Inventory Lab, but these are just some things that I wanted to do that have worked out. Once the quarantine hit, and with COVID and all the things that were going on with that, I decided to go like crazy deep on grocery, and I went and I searched for a larger scope of grocery products that I wasn't already selling, and that worked out tremendously for me. I made a ton of money making Christmas when people were like, at the height of the hysteria around it. Whatever the politics are for you guys is different, but I went out every day and I was sourcing grocery, like a lot of grocery, and it worked out really well for me. And then when the stores started reopening, I was able to hit a bunch of really good clearance items, and I've been making a lot of money just doing the clearance items from Burlington, Ross, Didi's Discounts. Yeah, I didn't really find anything at TJ Maxx or Marshall's, at least nothing to write home about. So I've made a lot of really good decisions this year. I haven't really bought any equipment, except for I bought an air conditioner the other day. So, because I'm out of my garage now and it gets to 110 here where I live. So air conditioner is really important. But, like last year I bought a Dymo label maker. I bought a second Dymo printer. I bought shelving and a desk. And, I invested a lot of money last year into stuff that I just didn't have to invest this year. So I'm going to cut over to Inventory Lab, and we'll go over where I'm at. Okay, so here we are with Inventory Lab. So last year, let's go over last year real fast so you guys can kind of compare and see what I see. Give it just a second to move. So last year, for the entire year, you can see like the beginning of the year started off really slow, and I amped it up. So last year I did $320,906 in sales. Already this year I've done $250,000 in sales. So you can tell I've been really busy, and I've really grown the business quite a bit. Like reimbursements, this doesn't hit the sales column. Last year I had $4,545 in reimbursements. I think I had $3,400 just in July or June this year in reimbursements. Here, so cost of goods, we don't really need to go over that. Storage fees, I've already done about that much paid in storage fees. So, like the expenses I don't have in 2020, well, you can see I spent $900 in boxes here. So, credit card interest I paid for most of the year. This year I have paid zero credit card interest because I keep the balance at zero. I use it and I pay it off the next day. Here's more credit card interest I'm not paying this year. So right there's $1,800 almost that I'm saving. So what other stuff? Oh, I haven't added my internet to this year's yet either. I forgot all about that till I was looking at it. The same with my cell phone. So I haven't done those two things this year yet. The expenses are the same, but I haven't added those in on the next page yet. And let me see, like last year I bought a laptop. Not doing that this year. Let's see, I bought a new printer. I bought two scales because my first one gave out after about 6 months. I bought some shelving units. I didn't have to buy that. See, here's a label maker. I bought a portable charger for my cell phone. Product scanner's not that expensive, really. So those are all things that, I'm not spending this year, which actually adds to my net profit here. So, and you can see my profit margin was 14.2%, which is not very good. But I accepted it because I did spend a lot of money on things I didn't need to spend money on, or I needed to spend money on, but I'm not spending money on it this year. So here, let's go to 2020. And you can see I'm at $250,000. I want to say when the year started, my goal was to do $430,000 in sales for 2020. So now obviously I'm reevaluating, and I'm going to push for $500,000 in sales this year. You can see these 2 months, right? The hype of the hysteria around COVID. My sales just went completely through the roof. So that worked out, and you can see now I'm hovering around 40,000. So if I could do 40,000, right here, 40,000. If I could do 40,000 for the remaining 6 months, let me get my calculator. It's too early to be doing math. So 40,000 times 6 is another $240,000. So, that would put me right around 290,000. But I'm thinking with Christmas, Prime Day got delayed, I think, till next month, August. I think that's what it is. So with that coming up still, I expect sales to go up even higher for those occasions. But you can see here, Christmas, this was a ton of candy. I'm talking hundreds and hundreds of bags of candy here. This was the height of the pandemic, and things have kind of steadied at 40,000. Here we are through, just even if you add today, even though it's 8 o'clock in the morning, $1,000 a day. So I should still be able to get pretty close to 40,000 this month. My refunds are, I think they've kind of dropped, but the last 2 months as the pandemic was unwinding was pretty high when people were able to start going out to stores again. So returns are much higher than last year, but with such a great sales volume, that's not too out of line. So my reimbursements, like I was saying, I'm already at $8,675 in reimbursements through 6 months. I doubt that will keep up. as all the new hires from Amazon get more experience and things like that. I do need to submit some receipts for some product Amazon lost, but I don't think this here will be the norm of the 3,500. But this is money that of stuff that didn't accumulate as sales because it was broken and damaged by Amazon employees or lost. So we'll scroll down here. We don't need to go over all the fees because that's something you just can't really do nothing with. Storage is actually up, but that's because I'm selling way more product. So yeah, my inbound shipping, I paid $5,700 this year to ship, which is part of selling more. So here we go with, see, my Amazon loan is higher than what I did last year because I took out a loan right around Christmas and I'm paying it off. This month, Amazon didn't charge any interest, and I actually still made my payment. So, this number is actually higher than it was last year when I had a really small business loan from Amazon. But this will be paid off just in time for me to buy my house, which is amazing. So here you can see we're 6 months through the year, and my box cost is $342, and last year it was $900 for the whole year. So using TA, reusing boxes and things like that has really cut my cost down by about a third on boxes, which is amazing, and it's really what I was aiming to do, was to save money here on boxes. Inventory lab's the same, Keepa is the same. I'm going through more poly bags, so my poly bag expenses are higher. Going through more tape, so my tape is higher. I did buy a new tape gun, and I bought one of the wide ones before I just had a center tape gun. And it seems like I'm going through way less tape because I'm only going across once. So my tape expenses should actually drop because I'm not using as many rolls of tape as I was before. Oh, here's another box expense. Here, I think I capitalized. I noticed when I looked at this yesterday. One's capitalized and one's not, so we put it on different lines. So I'm going to go through and fix that. But you can see I haven't done my unsellable product yet. I have been paying a lot more for UPS to come and pick up because I'm selling more. So instead of driving back and forth to UPS 2 or 3 times, I'm just spending the $11 and having them pick it up. Yeah, here's my wider tape dispenser. Here's the air conditioner I bought. I had to replace my heat gun. It gave out, so I bought a new heat gun. So that's all good. That's kind of where I'm at. I've actually saved money where I was aiming to save money. My sales are up, so the business loan's actually really working out well for me. And as you can tell, last year my net profit was 44, I think it was. So through this part of the year, I haven't added my cell phone and my internet. As you can see, that was, say, $200 a month. So through 6 months, that'd be $1,200. So that put me at 46.7. So I'd still be more profitable than last year. So that's all good. I'm making more money. Everything actually is working according to plan. The unfortunate pandemic, I was able to use that to make a lot of money. Doing the Christmas candy was amazing. I made a ton of money selling Christmas candy. I've been selling a lot of clearance toys from, Ross, Diddy's discounts. So that's actually worked out really well in Burlington as well. So my net profit here this year is 19%. So I've raised it over 4% from 2019 to 2020. So, I'm extremely happy with what's going on this year. I am going to push really hard for $500,000 in sales this year. And that's just like phenomenal. I never in a million years thought I would get to $500,000. And, I do everything myself. Like I'll have my kids help me a little bit. My girlfriend will help me a little bit. but I'm at like $500,000, or I'm on pace for about $500,000 in 2020. I'm doing this. I moved, so I was keeping my sales up while I moved. And between me and my girlfriend, we got 7 kids. So like I'm really busy, and I have been homeschooling the kids too, because kids are all kicked out of school. So it's been a really busy year, and I've have a lot going on. So it's been an amazing 2020. And another thing I can even factor in too, that makes me really happy, is with this, I've actually put away $12,000 into my savings account this year. Like last year, I was putting everything, I was reinvesting everything, and I only had a couple $100s in my savings account. So in 2020, I've been able to save away $12,000 into my savings account. So these numbers could have been higher if I just kept reinvesting. But I want to buy a house next year, and I have to save up to pay my taxes at the beginning of the year. So I'm trying to save up over 20 grand this year, so I can pay my taxes and have a decent down payment for a house. So that's also more money than I've ever had in a savings account. So that's actually something else I'm really excited about. So I guess the moral of this is, you guys, if you just put in the work, you can get there yourself, make really good decisions. Like there are some things I bought that I lost money on. Don't get me wrong, it happens to all of us. But if you make good decisions, you make strategic decisions, you do a lot of studying, you do a lot of learning, you could do this as well. Because I'm nobody special. I'm just an average guy, just trying to carve out my little piece of paradise for me and my kids. And, and I really hope this motivates everybody. You guys go through, reevaluate your goals, see what it is you're trying to do, figure out why you're even wanting to do this. What are your goals? And, you'll be able to make money just like the other, resellers that are doing really well. So thanks for your time. I really appreciate you watching. Go out there, reevaluate your goals. And if you can, subscribe to my channel, give it a like. That really helps me out. It makes YouTube happy. Thanks for watching my video. Have a good day.